my ceiling. But the world's first wireless charging pavement, like highway. And this is real. It's happening in Indiana, you all, as we speak. They've already started working on it. But when I heard about that, I thought, well, wait a minute. That it's for electric cars. But I thought, well, wait a minute. That reminds me of these race cars. Remember the race car tracks? Years ago, probably 50 years ago? You could play with these. Good morning. You could play with these race car tracks because these little cars, good morning, Apple Brooks, honey. These little cars could run on the track because of the metal that was hanging off the bottom of them, and you could change their bodies. Well, now they are telling us about the world's first. You all, what if this technology has been here for a long time? 50 years ago, I am now 56. I remember playing with my brother's electric car track like that, where those cars just run around and around and around and around and around. You just push that and they go. It was so fun, and they do the loop. Well, then they had that electricity way back then. And then look at the spoilers that they put on here, you all. This is now just popping in my mind. Look at the spoilers they got on the back of these vehicles. Look at that. Have they withheld this technology all these years, waiting for the right time in history to release it? Have they? They had the technology and they held it back. That's what I think they did. The world's first, and guess where it's happening at? It's happening in Indiana. Look at this, you all. WLKY, the world's first wireless charging pavement for electric cars, finished with phase 1 in Indiana. Look at that. They're keeping technology from us. That's what they're doing. They don't want it to advance until they're ready for it to advance, you all. That's the wild thing. Like, wild thing. Yeah. Look at this. Purdue University. Indiana Department of Transportation and Purdue University are working on developing the world's first contactless wireless concrete pavement, charging pavement, highway segment. And you know what's going to happen when they do that? Because if you're just tuning in, it reminded me of the race car tracks. The race car tracks. The cars never ran unless they were on the race car tracks. They didn't. Oh, we got a duplicate Rosie out here. This is Rosie the stray, and oh my gosh. And I think this cat is the same age as Rosie. And if she could come in, she would come in, and look at Rosie looking at her. Oh my gosh. If I didn't put that flap here, that other cat would get in this house. Okay, you need to go. Do you think like she wants to go? Well, this is the outdoor cat. I just now saw her. Oh, she wants to get on the bird thing, you all. I am talking about it. Okay. Rosie, honey, we got to close the door. We got to close the door because I can't. That cat looks just like Rosie. And she meows just like Rosie. Oh, my gosh. Oops. Rosie, honey, that's why you want to look. She's not scared of her either. Rosie, honey, I got to close the door. Come on, get out of there. You got to get out of the... Rosie, get out of the door. I got to close it. Rosie remembers all the other cats at the Humane Society, you all. Now I know why Rosie wants to get out that door. But this one's an outdoor cat. Yeah. So, sorry about that, you all. Yeah. So we got these electric tracks. And I remember playing with my brothers over 50 years ago. 50 years ago, I remember playing with him when I came out of school one day. And I broke one of his train tracks because I was trying to put it together. And I broke one of the things. So they've been doing this at Indiana University. It would allow for electric cars to charge while they drove on the highways. Magnetizable concrete will be used on highways in Indiana that would charge the cars they drive along. Is it going to be all the highways? Is it? Is there going to be like specific highways that the electric vehicles can drive on? You know how if you're driving on these great big interstates, and if you have like, I don't know, 2 or more people in the car, you get to take the fast route. You go like that. You take the fast route, it's less traffic, and you travel on it, and you don't have to worry about all that other traffic. All of that, you all. So electric vehicles, as they become more widely used, demand for reliable, convenient charging infrastructure continues to grow, and the need to innovate is clear. We're excited to partner with Purdue University. They really are like one of the most prestigious families around here. Families. I'm just reading I'm reading the comments. So good morning to our lovely cyber family, you all. That's right. That's right, you all. Wireless charging infrastructure. The first 2 phases of the project, they say, will consist of pavement testing. They got to test the pavement. She's trying to open the door. She wants to open the door and go out. Rosie, honey, I'm trying to do a video and you want to go out that door. Rosie, you all, Gina's getting distracted. Rosie, honey, you sit right here. We got an outdoor Rosie. Well, that other Rosie is gone. We could just call her outdoor Rosie. Oh my gosh. My husband probably knows about that, and that's why he's probably been feeding her. And that's why that other cat is probably coming up. It looks friendly. It really does look really friendly. So the testing phase of the project is complete, and the teams are working on design for the test bed strip, which will be located on US 231 and US 52 West in Lafayette. It's been in the works since 2021. See, at the Humane Society, Rosie knew how to open the door because it had a handle that extended out. You all, I'm getting myself distracted with Rosie. I'll let her look, but I'm going to lock the door. Rosie, I'm going to lock the door so you can't get out. Okay. She's giving me a hot flash. Rosie, honey, you're giving me a hot flash with that cat out there. Yeah. So they've had this around for, they've had it around at least 50 years. Because it was around 50 years ago that I played with my brother's race car track, and I broke one of his tracks, and I got in trouble. He wasn't happy when he got home from school. He wasn't. Oh, no, you all. If you're just tuning in, this is about these tracks. And they look like the race car tracks where you just like that. You pull the trigger and your race car, and they got movable. I bet you, excuse me, I bet these electric cars, they're going to come out and you can move the body parts off of them, the outdoor body. That way you can get whatever body you want with these electric cars. That's what I think. Any body you want, interchangeable body parts. I think they really already do have them. They have those interchangeable body parts, you all, is what they got. So now you have to ask yourself, if this is where the future is going, I'm going to put my shoe on. If this is where the future is going, Do you think they will destroy infrastructure? They'll cause worldwide wars to break out and allow their infrastructure to be destroyed? The advancements of technology, think about it. Think about it. Will they allow it to, would they allow their infrastructure to get destroyed by doing it? Or is this all this stuff going on? Is it just a distraction? Is it to keep us unaware of the advancement of technology? It's just an electrical circuit. Good. Get down from there. You know better than that, Rosie, honey. Get down from there. You are a wild Rosie. You got to go to bed. You're too, she's too, whatever. Yeah. It is Mama's. Michelle, honey, would you say, a wonderful morning. That's right, you all. How did, how did menopause get inside this, Michelle, honey? Okay, we're talking about electric cars. We really are. We got to get ready. We're going to have some Tron. You know that movie Tron? I never could make sense of that. He ran around on an electric circuit board. But this, it's wild, you all. If you're just tuning in, it really is. It's Indiana. That's where Mike Pence came from, Indiana. You know? It did. Hello there, light seeker. I got to close that door because, Rosie, honey, you are distracting me. Rosie, you got to get down. Come on, get down from there. I know you like the sun. You like your friend. But your friend, you ain't going outside. You're not, Rosie, honey. Come on, you ain't going out there. You're not. War. So war. Will they destroy the infrastructure? Will any country allow another country to come in and destroy the infrastructure there, like physical damage to it? Or will they just do something that's not so damaging? Good morning. Whatever is happening is making your body, your whole body hurt so bad. Is anybody else's body hurting? Have you ask yourself this? Talk about the, no, Gina, that's another subject. I'm not going to say it. Okay, I can't get on another subject while being in this subject, I don't think I can, because people will be thinking, Gina, you are all over the place. Well, I can say this. You know how the mattresses used to have springs on them? The spring, whatever it is, box springs. And you lay on it. And you know how sometimes people say, well, I've had it too. If you're laying in your bed and your body is vibrating, you literally can feel the vibration in there and you can feel it. And now they don't make box springs. Is it because like the box springs can like create a frequency sound that could maybe stop that vibration in your body or something? Really think about it. The springs, could they like create like a, when your body does that? So now they don't make box springs. You got memory foam. We are all of Sandy, thank you. We are all over the place because that's what I was thinking about, these box springs too. With the electric cars, and our bodies something's happening to our bodies, and now we got the race car tracks that you played with when you were little, whether you be a boy or whether you be a girl. You got the race car tracks coming back in real life race car tracks, but it's happening here in Indiana, the world's first electric thing. See, they want to get rid of the gas-powered vehicles too. So they know they're not going to get rid of all, okay, this is what they're not going to get rid of. They're not going to get rid of all the gas vehicles. They're not. Because the military don't got gas. They don't got all electric cars. They don't. They don't got electric tanks. electric, I don't know, whatever this stuff they got. No, they don't got electric vehicles. They got gas-powered vehicles is what they got. And they don't got the money, the militaries of the world, to turn everything electronic. So you're going to have a lot of money if you want one of these electric cars. And the article was stating that it's 50 miles between charging stations, and every 200 miles you have to charge your vehicle. But then you have, what if the grid goes down? What if the grid goes down? If the grid, oh, this is perfect. See, this is perfect. We're going to go somewhere. We are going to go somewhere with this. So we got these electric highways. We got these electric cars now. We got the racetracks, the technology from the racetracks coming 50 years later and then some now to a state near you. You got the Elon Musk and stuff like this. So you say, well, what if the grid goes down, Gina? Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect for them if the grid were to go down, because it would take many hours to put up and retrofit a new grid. They can, that's why it would go down, you all. Think about it. If it goes down, just like when you are in a company and they got to do major upgrades to the infrastructure within that company, am I talking too loud? Major upgrades with your computer systems and stuff, it goes down. It goes down, you all. Okay, it does. You know it does. So if we have a grid down, it's going to go down so that this infrastructure right here can be, they're already working on it, you know, so this infrastructure right here can come up. That's why. If it goes down, that's what's going to happen. And there's no telling how many months it would take to do that infrastructure, a complete infrastructure. Let me see, how long would it take? I'm sure they're already doing these things right here. How long? Time to build. I'm going to write that in. Time to build. Good morning. To build infrastructure. I don't know, power grid for electric cars, electric highways, electric everything. How much will electric cars cost the power grid? Electric vehicles by 2035 will account for about 10% of the total system hour load. Will they overload the power grid? The growth will strain the power grids if most drivers continue charging primarily at home. It could. They need U.S. to build. Okay, this is, let me see this. Electric highway study in the national grid. Okay, so they already got it. Look, plug in the future, but the grid is not ready. It's not ready. So by 2035, you will have, the automakers will have turned away from the internal combustion engine. Get down from there to grid the fuel, you all. So the grid is not ready, so that if it goes down, you know what's happening. If our grids go down. It makes perfect sense. It really does. What can you do about it on an individual level? Can you stop that? No, you cannot stop the advancement of technology. You can't. Well, these windmills, I don't know how that's going to fare, because they had some in the ocean, in the waters, and a hurricane came, and I don't know what it did to them. New York, on a good day, a fair wind, great, they need to get their power grid. An installation opened earlier this year, a car charging. Revel, Pfizer Pharmaceutical Headquarters, carbon-free, juice up a whole fleet of vehicles. We are going high-tech, you all, whether you want it or not. But I want to see what about, okay, we got it. So, converting the nation's fleet of automobiles and truck to electric power is a critical piece in battle against the climate. So they want to see them account for half of all sales through 2030. And New York has enacted a ban on internal combustion cars and trucks starting in 2035. So you will no longer be able to have a gas-powered vehicle by 2035. You won't be able to. Making America's cars go electric no longer is the primary story. They need clean power. We got to talk about the grid, you all, because there will. Okay, so this is a given. The grid will go down at some point. No telling how long it will go down. Can I make that shorter, you all? There's no telling. High voltage electrical lines in New York. So, look, wow, that's a lot. It is. I don't want that on there. Let me try to see. By 2030, the nation will need to invest $125 billion in the grid itself to handle electric vehicles. The current infrastructure bill before Congress puts it about $5 billion toward the transmission of line construction and upgrades. Even in this progressive, wealthy state, where policymakers are spending billions of dollars, you all, they are. They got to build 2 big new transmission lines feeding the New York metropolitan area, and the challenge is enormous. Well, what happens if New York goes underwater? A big tidal wave. By 2050, well, they got a lot of ambitious plans. By 2050, these state projects, electric cars, trucks, buses will use 14% of New York's grid. The demand could grow by 50%. Well, of course, the demand will grow. If you ban all the types of vehicles, you're going to force people to get electric vehicles. So, yeah, it's going to grow when there is no more used vehicles for people to drive. But can we go without having world wars by then, you all? The grid of the future isn't going to be a grid at all. It will be more like the internet. There you have it. It's the internet. We will live in that type of a future. Remember the movies? We'll make the electricity. Probably will. Oh my goodness. 20 years, it's the internet. Which renewable energy, 70-30 goal, population with, that's a big article. The article is the Washington Post, and you can find it. Let me see this. Well, Gina, honey, why are you reading that liberal thing? Can I read from whatever I want to read? Okay. It's got some information in it. It does. So this is the Washington Post. You can just look at the article titled, Plug-in Cars Are the Future and the Grid is Not Ready, which brought me to one more thing, you all, because we're talking about these electric race car tracks that we had. Okay. That we had played with when we were little. Oh, I can't open that up until, wait a minute, I'm trying to open up what I wanted to talk about, living under an ionized sky. You can see this right here. You can go look at it. Okay, I want you all to look at this. If you are interested in living under an ionized sky, because we're going to need an ionized sky for the, let me do this, you all, for the electric race car tracks right here. Because they're building one in Indiana, the world's first. They got to figure out how to do the cement and the pavement. So we're going to have electric race car tracks here. You probably, So if you're interested in living under an ionized sky, you can see this right here. Ilana Friedland, I stumbled upon this, an ionized sky. From this to space fence lockdown. Lobster magazine, under an ionized sky, you all. This is what I heard. I wanted to illuminate the whole earth. There is enough electricity to become a second sun. Light would appear around the equator as a ring around Saturn. So, under an ionized sky, and I think that's probably what's happening, right? Dominance of the planet Earth. That's all we're going to look at with that. That's it, you all. We got race car tracks. You're going to live in a sci-fi world with race car tracks. You're going to have virtual people. I think it was in Japan. They have a virtual, I don't know, Twitter or whatever that TikTok thing is. They got 1 million followers and stuff. It's completely AI. Completely. And it's human-like. Is she? I forget her name. I really do. Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious, you all. So this is wild. It's wild if you're just tuning in. This is, I've already got back on the shadow ban list on the YouTube. I have. I'm on it again, you all. The traffic to the channel has been slowed down dramatically again because of my recent videos, because I do too many videos and because I open my mouth too much. And I talk about the truth, which I'm not supposed to talk about. I'm not. But it's happening. It's real world. I'm just saying what's happening in the world, and I've got myself on that thing again. I've got myself on parole. I don't know. I'm in something. That's right. But I'm still going to keep going, and that means you're going to have to see more of me throughout the day as time permits to keep coming back on here because the algorithm is programmed to suppress me. It is to cut the traffic flow. 1 hour after this video is ended, the viewership will get cut in half, and then the next hour it'll get cut again. They'll bring it all the way down. They brought it down to like 400 an hour. If I don't do a video, if I went the whole day without doing a video, they will bring the viewing for the channel. The lowest I've seen it got was 300, in the 200 range of 140,000. And yeah, if they don't want something to get out, they will keep it from getting out, you all. They will. That's why I come on here and I do so many videos, you all. So we got the race car track future. And it's happening in Indiana. Purdue University is working on it. And is it so far-fetched? And New York is going to ban combustible engines by what? No, I don't want to see that, whatever that is. Combustible engine. So the technology has been here for over 50 years. Over 50 years, you all. If they're going to do that, I think that, well, you know, they got probably replaceable outdoor bodies, plastic, lightweight, and you can make your car look like anything you want. That's right. Well, they can't stop the light. That's right. They can continue on their journey. They can. It's okay. They can manifest their stuff. We can manifest our stuff too. We can. Yeah, we've been hearing stuff about the WHO. We have. It's all right. It's good to keep the lines of communication open. The law-abiding citizens are leaving by the thousands. Where are they going? And what are they leaving from? Well, on this YouTube channel, it was like over a year ago, someone said, Gina, time is running out. You need to leave the United States. You need to leave it. Time is running out. They kept writing the comment, you need to get out of there. Because time was running out. We got 4 more fires. The plastics are made of something. They're moving south. Oh, you're moving down to the bottom part of the United States. But remember, if the new Navy map is correct, the shoreline to the ocean will be 3 miles from somewhere in Georgia, because Florida going to be gone. Is that what they said? Florida was gone, Navy map. Let's look at it before it's all planned out. It is. Controlled demolition. Controlled demolition, you all. That's what it is. Controlled demolition. Okay, now let's really think about this. So this is one map, but Florida's still there in that map. But let's talk about the maps. So if this is supposed to be the maps right here, but they say this is not the maps because really all the states can fit inside, all the countries can fit inside the continent of Africa. So can we truly go by a new Navy map that they put out there? Could you listen? What if it's a psyops? They don't make no mistakes in their planning. They carefully plan it out. What if that's a psyops, this new Navy map? What if it is? That's been around for a long, long time. What if it is? Just think about it. They got to get it out because they got to get the people, they got to get the conspiracy theorists going. They do. They got to get them going. So what if this right here is truly, if we were to go with the one thing right here, and I'm going to go there, we're going to go there. Okay, we are. All the countries, all the continents, or countries, can fit into Africa. I've done a video on it. Okay, we found it. We found it, you all. That's fine. We got it. So this is it right here. This is your visual right here. And we can visit it. We can. So this is the mapped visual true size of Africa. This is a theory. I just want to say this is a theory. And, you know, we got the Navy map. It's all going to do this. It's all going to do that. What if that is a psyops, you all? Really, we got to wake up. We do. This is the shocking doomsday maps of the world. So just the mere word doomsday, do you really think about it? Do they want to scare us? Really, do they want to scare us? And do they want to keep a lie is a lie? It got turned into a truth. A lie got turned into a truth for decades, you all, decades. If this is not the true maps right here, if this is not the true maps right there, and this right here is truly like, what if we're all inside of here? And we don't know it. I don't know, you all. I don't know. But it is said that there's more land mass than what they're saying. More land mass and all these, there's not that big of a difference, really. It's weird. You got to think, you got to get your mind in a strategic mode and think the unfathomable, most weirdest thing you can think of. Yeah. It's wild. But Africa is supposed to be very, very big. And the airplanes, I know when the airplanes are flying in the sky, they literally do, the ones that, you know, do their thing. They go up there and they make their lines in the sky. They appear as if they're coming straight up from the ground. They arch over my head, and just like you, then they go back down over there. They do like that. Why do they do like that? Really? Why do you got to do it? So when you're taking off, you can feel the force going like that. But when you land, we did a video on that too. If you were constantly climbing in the sky, you're going around the curvature, you would feel it. You would feel it, wouldn't you? If you're doing that instead of the constant level in an airplane, totally constant. When you fly in a plane, you're not doing all that stuff. Well, Gina, honey, that's because you're way up there in the air. Well, I know. Gina, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's why I get myself shadow banned and get my big mouth gets me in trouble because I don't know what I'm talking about. I saw where somebody got in trouble because they said that they go time traveling in their mind and they got themselves in trouble. They're going to start cracking down on people with their hypothetical hyperbole. Really, with the hyperbole that's going on. And that's okay. Yeah. Cat lady. I don't know. I never saw that cat come up there like that either. I haven't. I think Rosie had decided that she wanted to go. And where'd she go? She probably went to bed. Let's see. Rosie, honey, did you go to bed? I gotta look for Rosie. Yeah, she went to bed. Rosie, honey, you gotta go to bed. Good night, Rosie. She likes to come in here with the plants, is what she likes to do. This is her quiet space. I'm gonna go. You all have already talked too long, and I just keep adding to my detention. Yeah, I keep tacking on days or hours to my YouTube detention. Well, yeah. Railroad coast to coast, under the ground and stuff, you all. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Boom. That's right, you all. So it really doesn't matter to me whether someone believes in a flat earth, whether someone believes in a round ball. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the big picture. We're on this earth, regardless of its shape. And lots of strange things are happening on this earth that don't make sense. And the earth is unbalanced. It is unbalanced, but we're all on the earth, whether it's round or whether it's flat, we're all still here. And we're spirits inside this body, or souls inside these bodies that are, one day they will perish and our soul and our spirit will evacuate this body. This is not the only realm on earth, whether it be flat, whether it be round, it's not the only realm. There's other dimensions. There's all of that stuff going on in the big scope of life. And we got race car tracks coming, electric highways like the race car tracks. The technology's always been there, but they are now allowing it to come out. So with that being said, hello, good morning. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world, hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. Love you. That's right, you all. I did a dancing video last night. It took me 4 times because my software, it would record and the song would almost be done and they cut the sound out. I thought, okay, I'll just put it on a 3-hour unattended doing it. No, it did not want me to do that song. I had to go on a different program that I had. They didn't want me to dance to it. But I thought, you're not going to defeat me. I'm going to dance. But I was extremely wore out by that time. So I'm going to go, you all. Love you and thank you.